Well, hello friends and family, and welcome to Jim's In-Town Gardening and also Bella's Legacy Rabbitry. And today I have a girl that you probably haven't seen me hold and brush, and this is one of my favorites. This is Mandy. Now, many of you probably saw her when she had her litter of kits, and I believe it was in December. It's either December or January. Pretty sure it was December. This is one of my, this was one of the first Rexes that I bought. And when Leanne and I went over to the farm to pick her up, the girl that got her, she had a little bit of problem with her. I don't think she'd been held a whole lot. And she had nipped at her, and anyways, I said, you want me to hold her? I'll carry her. This girl is so soft. I mean, her fur is the softest, probably the softest of all my Rexes. All my Rexes are soft, but this girl, oh my gosh, it's just like velvet. And she is going through a shed right now. Anyways, I held her and we're talking, and she just kept looking up at me. It was so comical. Leanne and I talk about that often. But you know, I have found that with quite a few animals. Dogs, cats, cattle, sheep. I don't know. I guess there's something soothing to them about my voice. But anyways, she has got a beautiful, beautiful personality. And she's an awesome mother. Her mothering skills are really good. Ooh, easy, sweetie. Here, let's go down here. Anyway, she's a big girl. I don't have her weights available right here. I could weigh her today, but she's a big girl. And I would really like to breed her right off, and I think I'm going to breed her to Adrian, who is my chocolate Rex buck. I have quite a few. I've got Smokey. Everybody has seen Smokey. Well, Smokey is Mandy's son, so that's not going to work. Or the way I do things, it won't. I mean, I know some people do line breed. I don't do that. Yeah, you shouldn't, sweetheart. Even though he's a beautiful boy. And that's another video that I'm going to have to include him in. He's a little bit smaller than I'd really like. But other than that, he's nice. Nice boy. But I think I'm going to go with Adrian. I'm hoping to get some of the chocolates, but I like the lilac, lavender, whatever it is that you want to call it. I know I've been corrected a little bit. Anyways, I finally was able to empty. Easy, baby girl. I was finally able to empty one of my upper cages, and I really wanted to get her into an upper cage. She's been in one of the bottom cages, and probably my worst cage to work with my rabbits. It's a place where I keep my, you've seen the trash can that I use to put my hay in. You know, that's really the ideal place for it for now until I add on to my, the back. Then that will go out there when I'm not using it. Anyways, I've so wanted to get her in an upper cage, and I did that. She needs sunlight. You know, the ones that are down here, they get plenty of sun. But that corner and this cage down here, they don't get a whole lot of sun. So I try to keep those cages empty. have sold quite a few rabbits here in the last couple weeks. In fact, day before yesterday, I delivered, easy honey, easy baby girl. I delivered 4, 2 young ones, sister and brother. I think they were, yeah, sister and brother. They were, I believe, 10 weeks old. And then another girl who actually would have been baby's litter, born September 23rd. So that one he can start using fairly soon. Well, in June, he can start using her for breeding. And who was the other one? Oh, the other one was Black Doe from Mandy. So one of the things I wanted to bring up in today, and I'm going to keep this short. One of the things that I wanted to bring up, you know, here in Maine, we finally are in spring. In fact, yesterday we were 68 degrees here in Maine. Boy, I'll tell you what, that felt nice. But with that, you know, comes some things that ones that are raising rabbits, ones that are raising any animals. Your flies are going to start coming. So, 2 things. One thing here that I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to start putting up some of my fly strips, because flies in a rabbit barn can be a real problem. And here underneath, you know, where I've got my rabbit trays, the dropping trays, even though I, you know, typically I clean them out every day, you're going to have manure. Whenever you've got manure, you've got flies. You know, you've got the urine in there. So, you know, keeping my trays clean is going to play a big part of it. You know, I'm going to do one more breeding with quite a few of my girls before the heat does come. Because I don't want to breed when the heat's here. You know, I'd rather them, you know, do it now. Our heat isn't going to, typically doesn't really come until July. I am going to, easy sweetheart, I am going to use my cages outside. In fact, I'm going to build some new cages for outside, where I can have a bunch of them out. I think that's going to help me. It will be cooler out there than it does in here. In fact, I may end up putting some insulation over my clear panels just to block some of that sun from coming in. You know, I like the natural light that I've got. I mean, it's nice in here right now. Yesterday I was running fans. I do have the AC unit that I can use in here if I need to. But anyways, flies is one thing that you really want to be concerned about. We lost a beautiful, beautiful doe that I had just purchased. She had gotten diarrhea, and as far as I know, it had just started. There was nothing showing in her cage. I had her out. I had her sitting on my lap, just like I've got Mandy sitting here. And all of a sudden, I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" And I lifted her up, and she had messed on my knee. And so I was talking to my neighbor, and we got done talking. I had something that I had to do, and then I brought her in the house because I wanted to, you know, clean her up. And she already had maggots. Now, I can't tell you, I don't remember now how much time had gone by, but it wasn't much. And she had maggots that quick. And when I finally found a vet that would look at her, She had told me it only takes about 3 hours from the time that those flies lay their eggs till the larva hatches. So, you know, keeping the flies down to a very bare minimum is so important. You know, I've got screens. My door back there has got screens. I've got windows in the entryway that have screens. You know, so that should help. I've got a few that are flying around now, but I had the door open in the front. Fly strips. You know, if you can hang some fly strips, try to keep them somewhere where, you know, you're not going to be walking into them all the time. But keep flies down at a minimum. You don't want to lose an animal like we did when we lost Bella. In fact, that doe, Bella's Legacy Rabbitry. Bella was this particular doe's name. Beautiful doe, gorgeous doe. She had perfect form. You know, she was going to be in the New Zealand. She was going to be our foundation. So that was over a $300 bill, and I brought home a dead rabbit. It had started eating into the tailbone. The one that looked at her, said that she was going to have to keep her overnight, do the surgery the next day, and that the rabbit wouldn't have normal function. So it's like, I'm not going to have the rabbit go through that. So I had her put down. Sad. You know, it's really, really sad. That was actually the first and only rabbit that we've lost. So, you know, that's my tip for today. You know, we're in the heat. You know, keep your rabbit, if you've got them inside or even outside, keep your rabbitry as clean as can be. Take extra precaution, you know, as far as your manure. You know, there's another perfect example of why I personally won't do a colony. Because your animals are right there in the ground where the flies can come and lay the eggs. You're not going to be able to see it as well. Here, I can see. And because I watch my rabbits all the time, you know, I'm going to see something that's off. Not to say that I couldn't get it in here, but again, I keep my rabbitry clean. You know, for those who have been here, you've seen what I do. You see, you know, I tell you I clean the cages every day, every other day. Those of you that have come, you know that to be true. So, tomorrow's video, I will show you the rabbits that we have for sale, and those numbers are getting down. I still have some that really need to go. I've got 3 boys of daisies down here that are gorgeous. They're the silvers. I've got the one black otter who is a beautiful boy, and those guys are just as calm as can be. Love being pet. I've got 2 fawn boys. Hi, sweetie, it's a dog. He's not there. He won't bother you. 2 fawn boys. Those aren't that old. I've got 2 of Daisy's does up here. One is a chestnut. The other's the silver. I still have Misty. In fact, I'm going to talk to a gentleman probably this evening. He may end up buying her. He's easy, honey. He's looking for a doe. He lost his older doe. So, anyways, look forward to that. I do have a litter of... actually, I still have 3 of Lily's boys. Those are the grays. I think 2 of them are an otter. The other one is a solid. Beautiful boys. And I've got one chestnut doe from baby. That would have been the January litter. She's the last one left of that litter. And she's a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. But you're so calm. See, this is what I like. I mean, she has not been handled much at all since she had that last litter. I mean, pet. I mean, I constantly pet her. But she loves being made of. She's a good girl. And you know what? You spend some time with your animals, you can have the same thing. Just a little bit. You know, she's a little nervous. I can hear a Harley. There's 2 Harleys that were parked at the gas station next door. You know, that alarms her a little bit. There's a dog out back that's barking. That alarms her. But, I mean, I just love this. I mean, good girl. So, friends, glad you joined in. I know there was one of my watchers that said, I want to see more of your rabbits. So you just saw one of my favorite. She is one of my favorite does. She's a good girl. So thanks a lot, friends. We love you. God bless you. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. In fact, that's another video that I'm going to do right off. When I looked last night, I was working on the sermon message. I was at 599. Hey, baby girl. 599. Wow. You know, I think, boy, you know, there's times that it seems like that climbing that ladder has been so slow. And then the last couple of weeks, I think I've gained 20, you know, so that's been great. You know, I think once I get into the garden and I start doing that kind of stuff, I think I'm going to spark some interest in some other people. You know, with Leanna's meals that she's been doing, a lot of people have enjoyed that. So hopefully there's a little bit for everybody. Click the like button. In the comment box, you know, let us know what you think of the videos. What you'd like to see. I know a lot of you want to see more of the bunnies, and I will do that. It's not going to be long that I'm going to be taking every one of these cages out, and I'll be sanitizing them, doing any repairs that I need to do, and get it ready for the summer. Maybe when I start building some of my outside rabbit cages, maybe I'll bring you along for that build. Let's see what I can do. So again, thanks so much, friends.